Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Krimmel, and I am playing this point-and-click game called Serena. It's about a man in a cabin who can't remember how long he's been there, I do believe, and evidently Serena is his wife. I'm not sure exactly what to expect. This is kind of creepy, to be honest. I feel like really distraught for this guy's sake.
Serena? Why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember?
Weird. That is strange.
The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind.
Interesting.
Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious,
You don't have legs.
sensual thrill.
Sorry. It's probably inappropriate for this game, it would seem. So you can't actually walk around.
Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked with? We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It'd be big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
Click too much. It continues talking.
We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here.
Oh, that's annoying. It
But
continues
this
to
would
play.
have been a good place to
So you
keep
can use
one,
WASD
since
or
it's
the
locked.
mouse to look around, so I guess I don't even need to touch the WASD keys. Is there anything else? This is something. Come love with peace in your heart, said Niam of the ice blue eyes. Ride with me, shed your mortal guise. Here is our mount, a snow-white mare. Come, Oisin, to my gardens fair. In the land of youth, ply your art. Ours shall be the cycle of days, our sun and sky and rainbow ways. Kind of butchered that poem. Nonetheless, still looks good. Sounds good. Oh, can you go outside? Let's look at this first. It's kind of strange.
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. She made this with her own hands. She was really good. Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out.
Ugh.
The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her, there are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. Quite a large armoire for our admitted. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what she adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. She is fairly religious, not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess.
Huh, he's speaking in such past tense. He knows something happened, but
Her
what?
faith came as a surprise to me. She was never prudish about sex, so I just didn't expect it. I guess people simply aren't that predictable. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe I should have let her bring some plants inside. She liked them a lot. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin. Like my books.
Interesting.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell.
Doesn't smell like vanilla, that's for sure.
I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin. We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Come sit with me. I want to talk.
Ooh.
And cuddle.
Weird.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course. I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated.
I think this guy killed her. I think he got too obsessed with her and he killed her.
The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
He mentioned the bookcase, though, which is strange, because I can't seem to find anything that looks relevant. Like he said Namamamamacon or whatever, and none of these books are titled that.
A lot of rarities and special editions
And you can't
here.
seem to interact with any of the books.
I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No, of course not. This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right? I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly.
No.
There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well, except for Serena.